Good evening, everybody. It's just after 7 on a Monday night, and it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We are also live across the internet on ws.hcr923fm.com/listen and on TuneIn. You can contact the show, radio@widnesworld.co.uk and via Facebook and Twitter.com/TTGW Radio. You can contact us by telephone 01928 835 291 and by text 07716 672 874. Start your messages with TTGW. All messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're ready. It's time to go wild. Evening, Doug.
Good evening, how are you?
Rested and, well, sort of rested. It wasn't a dead week in the world of hockey for me.
No, it was a ladies' game yesterday, wasn't it?
It was ladies' night, amongst many, many, many games. I suppose we better press the magic button and
go on then.
Get it all done. So time for the classified roundup of all the hockey results across the Elite League, EIHA Women's Premier, NIHL Division 1 North and Division 2 North, starting off in the EIHL on Wednesday the 29th, Edinburgh Capitals 3, Cardiff Devils 5, Dundee Stars 2 and Sheffield Steelers 7. Moving on to Saturday in the Elite League, Guildford Flames 7, Dundee Stars 3, Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Belfast Giants 7, Nottingham Panthers 4, Sheffield Steelers 1, Manchester Storm 3, Cardiff Devils 4 after overtime, Braehead Clan 3, Coventry Blaze 1, Fife Flyers 6, Edinburgh Capitals 2. On Sunday, Sheffield Steelers 6, Milton Keynes Lightning 1, Coventry Blaze 2, Manchester Storm 4, Guildford Flames 5, Belfast Giants 3, Braehead Clan 0, Nottingham Panthers 3, Edinburgh Capitals 1, Fife Flyers 5, Cardiff Devils 3, Dundee Stars 2. Moving to the NIHL Division 1 North Morley for Saturday, Nottingham Lions 1, Solihull Barons 8, Hull Pirates 8, Billingham Stars 3. And for Sunday, Whitley Warriors 2, Sheffield Steel Dogs 4, Solihull Barons 2, Solway Sharks 3, Billingham Stars 3, Blackburn Hawks D1 5, Nottingham Lions 8, Dragons D1 1. Moving to NIHL Division 2 North Laidler for Saturday, Bradford Bulldogs 6, Blackburn Hawks D2 2, Telford Tigers D2 6, Sheffield Senators 4, Coventry Blaze NIHL 1, Hull Jets 2. Sunday, Sutton Sting 0, Coventry Blaze NIHL 4, Altrincham Aces 8, Bradford Bulldogs 3, Blackburn Hawks D2 0, Telford Tigers D2 12, Dragons D2 3, and Hull Jets 20. And the EIHA Women's Premier for Sunday, Bracknell Firebees 1, Chelmsford Cobras 5, and Widnes Wild Women 4, MK Falcons 6. That's the roundup of this week's results across the Elite League, Women's Premier and NAHL Division 1 North, 1 Morley and 2 Laidler. And after the women's game, we managed to catch up with Amanda Williams. Time to Go Wild Radio. We're catching up with Amanda Williams after the Widnes Wild Women were taking on the MK Falcons. So, not quite the result you're after, but your thoughts on that game?
A 6-4 loss isn't the result you're after, because obviously you want to win, but there's a lot to take from that, because we got 4 goals past a really good team. The girls completely changed their attitude, did it for themselves from the start, and the work rate was much higher than in our past games. So it's like, yeah, we can take a lot from that game despite the scoreline.
it was well skated. It got quite feisty at times, had a bit of everything, and after the first period, it was very, very even, to be honest, apart from that one goal.
Yeah, it could have gone either way in the first period, and then we had the upper hand in the second period, went into the third 4-3, I think. So then, obviously they got protective around their goalie with us threatening to put an equaliser in. So yeah, it got a bit physical, but that's mutual respect from both teams, I would say, to put it kindly.
Well, I mean, it was an enjoyable game to watch, and there's plenty of positives for both teams, and like I say, well skated. So next game, do you know who that's going to be against?
Yeah, it's Milton Keynes again at their rink next Sunday.
So that should be an interesting affair.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a few players back, because we're a bit short on that game, but yeah, we go again next week. And can I say thank you, Sean Dipnell, for unknowingly lending me your contact lenses, otherwise we could have gone into that blind.
Well, we'll be looking forward to keeping an eye on that game from next week, so thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, that was Amanda and her wise words after last night's game. It was a decent game, actually, I thought.
It was, yeah. They could have gone either way.
It could have done at 4-3.
The Wild were missing at least, one player's going to be away for a couple of weeks.
International duty, I think.
No, she broke her toe.
Ooh, who's that?
Lean.
Oh, it is Lean.
Lean Decker's broken her toe.
Ooh.
So she's got a lower body injury. So
oh dear.
And last time she did it, she was playing roller hockey.
I wish Lean well getting there.
Yeah, so she was running around after, I think it was Emma Pearson's son.
Right, keeping Emma's son busy.
Yes, he was keeping her busy.
Probably.
It was a decent turn. There was a few fans there, which helped, I think.
Yeah.
Created a bit of an atmosphere.
Bit of a lower turnout than normal, but we've got plenty of women's games still to come in the next few weeks. Well, actually, in the new year. Just looking down, there'll be back with things in the new year. We'll do a roundup of the up and coming fixtures shortly. So I actually thought it was a really well played game. It's changed for a women's game to get quite physical as well.
Yes, there was. Did Widnes draw any penalties? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, both teams drew penalties.
Milton Keynes had more than Widnes. I think towards the end, I couldn't understand why they went feisty enough to get a 2 and 10.
It was actually not a 2 and 10, it was a 5 and game.
It was 5 and game?
Yep.
Right.
It was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 minutes for Widnes, and then there was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in minus for MK, and then the final penalty was a 5 and game for given as a check into the head.
And it was only 5 seconds to go, so what was the point?
It was just because it was just the way the push and shove went, and they classified the physicalness as a check to the head, and it's technically a non-checking game for the women's. So, we're going to bring in a young man. You hear from him from time to time, and he's a bit of a superstar now, because not only has he got elite league experience, if I remember a little conversation we had, he's the first Widnes-born lad to play for the senior team.
He is, yeah.
Evening, Barry.
Evening.
So, is that right? You're the first Widnes-born bred player to play for the senior team on the game sheet?
Yeah, Mark Gillingham come in and made me aware of that in Sheffield.
So how did that come about?
Well, I train with the lads anyway on a Thursday. I've been training with them since the start of the season, and there was only one keeper travelling down to Sheffield, and Ollie asked me to back up because there was only Matt Cryle in goal. So I was over the moon. I mean, it's everything you work for, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter when you play for your home team. Yeah. You play for your home team.
Cut me up and I'll bleed Widnes Wild.
And so will there be a Sprakes shirt?
Possibly.
Oh, well, we do have your favourite friends shirts anyway.
Yeah. I think they're all sold out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Got a home, away, a warm up.
Puckers have all gone.
They've all gone. We've only got 3 left. We're reminding people about those a little later. Yeah. So all the shirts have been doing really well. So how did it feel being on the bench and being on the warm, actually being part of a full-blown Wild game?
It's amazing. It was. It's everything I've ever aimed for. You know what I mean? To become an actual member of the team. Whether I get to ice or not, it's just being there. The atmosphere is different. Working the door for the lads coming on and off. Communication's brilliant anyway.
I take it, being part of the bench. You've been part of rec hockey for a number of years, but this is a different way for a bench to run. I take it.
Yeah, it's a lot smoother. You don't anything other than instructions from behind you, which is your bench coach who's walking up and down. He'll give the orders. No one bickering, no one. Everyone stood there waiting for the next signal off him, and they're out. Go and do the job. Come back in. Out of breath.
I take it the pièce de résistance won't just be a case of being part of warm-up. It will be getting the call to go out, and even if it's for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
at home.
If they want me to go the length of the ice with the other keeper, I'll do anything, whatever the coach says.
We don't want bans. We don't like bans. But I must admit, I'm going to say it now. Having watched plenty of hockey across, national hockey leagues and into senior levels here in Britain, and even playing it when you're playing it on likes of the PlayStation or the Wii or PC or whatever, a goalie fight is just so different.
I've never actually been there.
The funniest one I think I saw was in Sheffield Arena when I can't remember who the goaltender was for Manchester Phoenix at the time. It was back when Brabant was coaching them. And I was down at the end near the stage. Their goalie was at the other end near the White House, and something happened and their goalie just came careering out right towards where the referees were talking and jumped on top of one of the Sheffield players. Got himself thrown out with like about 5 minutes to go in the game or something, but it was just a case of just seeing him just lose it and come laying down the ice. So funny.
Some goalies can, some goalies can't skate, and sometimes the funny part's watching them trying to get
They look like big teddy bears with all the padding on. It's the case of, well, how do you move?
It must be difficult trying to
I've watched the Huskies when they do their warm-ups, and Steve Burns skates quite well in goalie kit.
I think he prefers being in, if I chatted with him last night, I think he said he prefers being in the goalie kit than he does to being an out skater these days.
Yeah. Well, look at his stick. He had a flex on his stick as well. He had a flex on his stick when he was I didn't mind it.
Well, when I'm playing as an out skater, I play right-handed.
Yeah.
But in goal, I'm obviously playing left-handed. So shooting the puck.
So you catch with your left hand?
Yeah, catch with my left.
And have the stick in the right hand?
Yeah. But when I'm an out skater, I'm playing with a right-handed stick.
So the bottom, the right-handed means lower hand is the right hand.
I can't use either. Play a stick or a goalie stick, I'm hopeless, but I go out there and I give my best. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the interesting one is when you try and see players playing with the wrong-handed stick.
I've seen a left-handed players shoot well with a goalie stick. Precision.
That's the one I'd like to see on penalty shots, but they're not allowed. I know now, here's a question. Okay, EIHA, if you're listening.
Hold on, no, let's wait for this for later in the show.
I want to put this one out there, because I don't know if you know. Can goaltenders take penalty shots in a shootout? Now, there's one for you. Anyone know the answer? Give us a text 07716 672 874. Can goaltenders take part in a penalty shootout in a proper game? I'm not talking about in like a charity game or an all-star game. In a proper league or cup game. 07716 672 874. Drop us a text and we'll take a message from there. Start your message with TTGW. They're all charged at your standard network rate. I'm just intrigued now. You just sparked that one in me, because there's a rule about face-offs coming up when we do. We come back in a couple of minutes with the Team Stripies. I think we should take a little breather for a little music. How about a little bit of an excess, guys?
Yeah,
you like that one? Okay, let's have a little bit of New Sensation. So, it's that usual time where we remind you of our little bits on the website and what's going on around and about. Of course, widneswild.co.uk for all of your community section, for your Puckers Pals and your sponsor zones. Don't forget, we've got all of our sponsors out there in RTL Recycle Technology Limited, Sprakes and Son of Widnes, Top Print, the Sepsis Trust, HPT, that's Hemsec Panel Technologies, and Umami. They're our main sponsors, all on our website. You will take part in different aspects of the club, from title sponsorship through to penalty box and website. Don't forget, you can also do other sponsorships if you're interested, things like other sides. Get my teeth in straight. Bits of website, extra own and loan shirts, Dinky Rink sponsorship, ice machine, etc. We also have on our fan zone things for the podcast highlights, tickets and events, and also own and loan shirts, where we've only got 3 left. Yes, 3. Nick Manning's warm up and Carl Haslam's away and warm up. What else we got coming, Doug?
Right, we've got on Sunday the 10th of December, Widnes Wild are at home to the Bradford Bulldogs. This includes the Air the Bear event, so that's to provide soft toys for children in hospital, I think it is, isn't it? Yes. So it doesn't have to be a bear, because Polar, my sort of sidekick, she's bringing along two ponies, so they can pull the sleigh. On the same day, away, the Widnes Wild women are taking on the MK Falcons. That faces off at 6:30. The following week, Sunday the 17th of December, Sutton Sting play the Widnes Wild away, which is face off at 4:15. The same day, Sunday the 17th of December, Nottingham Vipers play the Widnes Wild women away, and that faces off at 17:30. So that's another weekend without a home game. And what happened on the Saturday the 23rd, Widnes Wild play the Bradford Bulldogs in Bradford, face off at 5 o'clock. That's on Saturday the 23rd. And afterwards, I think a curry's called for.
And it's the last game before Christmas.
It's got to be, isn't it? Yeah.
And that takes our fixtures all the way up to pre-Christmas. So yes, it's a busy time. Plenty of road games, and our last home game is Sunday the 10th of December before Christmas. So get yourselves down to the rink. It's your last outing, your last major home hockey fix. So come on, you know you want to be there. Be loud and be proud for the Wild. And come along, and if you get your teddies and ponies or fluffy toys for kids, you know, it's always good to see them sort of raining down onto the ice.
The other thing that's going on is they have the cabaret on
the 15th.
So come along and support that. There will be players in attendance, and I know that for a fact because 2 of them asked me where they can get tickets. So we definitely know there's players going to come along.
I'm not here on the 15th.
Oh, Barry.
No, I'm on a celebrity ghost hunt.
A celebrity ghost hunt?
Yeah.
Where are you going to do that?
St Helens. It's an old army barracks.
A celebrity in St Helens ghost. A celebrity ghost hunt in St Helens.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
To raise money for the homeless, and I think it's the Sea Cadets as well. Just people sponsor us.
Yeah.
To go and do it. But
well,
should be intriguing.
That'll be different. That's a different kind of thing. I know about these escape rooms, like I'm doing celebrity ghost hunts. So there you go, guys. Another sort of different event if you want something to occupy your time over the festive period or in the summer even. A little bit of looking at the table, if Doug can get it to hand. Just having a quick look at the D1 table. It's sort of, well, I mean, the whole structure of D1's now sort of panned out pretty much as was sort of could be predicted at the start of the season, where you've got the teams that have joined the NIHL leagues from the old English Premier League, with Sheffield Steel Dogs at the top, Hull Pirates seriously nipping at their tails in second, and Telford Tigers in third. You've got the mid-table made up of Solway, Solihull, Blackburn and Whitley, with the bottom now uncharacteristically having Billingham Stars in 9th. That's a bit of an uncharacteristic one, I think. And Doug's having trouble getting that table up. Yeah. But yeah, it's quite an uncharacteristic D1 table, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's quite unusual.
Yeah.
That's an old one.
No. But you can move into D2. And, well, the team on the move in D2, Hull Jets, as we said after last week's show. They're really on fire, that team. They've really shot up the table. And Blackburn Hawks and Dragons D2 both propping the table up, with Coventry and Bradford 8th and 7th.
Yeah, Coventry had quite a good win, didn't they? Against the Sting.
That was a big win against the Sting, who are currently
away to the Sting, and getting shut out as well.
Yes, that'll be a big boost for them, because it keeps them just 2 points short of Bradford. But at the top of the table, like I say, Wild have dropped into 3rd, with Hull Jets shooting up into 2nd place. In fact, they are on a winning streak of 1, 2, 3,
9,
4,
I think it is now.
10, if
10.
my maths is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 games
I'm sure
unbeaten.
Didn't someone point out that Hull haven't lost a game since
losing Ricky Barker?
Yeah.
10 games.
They've actually got an extra player on the ice end.
So yeah, that's how that lead really is.
Celebrity Coast.
Oh yeah.
Ricky, what are you doing? We know Ricky's always there, but I mean,
1 knock for yes, 2 for no.
That's maybe. 3 knocks for maybe. Isn't it knocked 3 times on the ceiling if you want? Oh, that's Tony Orlando and Dawn. We're not talking music, we're talking hockey tonight. So yeah, I mean, the tables are quite panning out, but I mean, Hull Jets really are on the move. They're only 1 point behind the Altrincham Aces, and they are flying, that team. So Widnes really enough to pull up their socks this coming week.
We have got one game in hand.
We have, which puts us level with
so we can go level with Hull.
So yeah, it's
Shotton's got 2 in hand, 3. If you're looking at the highest, Telford have played 18.
Yeah.
Sutton
could move quite a bit.
Actually move up to the top of the table.
They can. Even with that defeat at the weekend, they can still leapfrog. So the top 4 really are tight.
Away now.
It is quite tight there now in D2. So yeah, it's really, really important now to pick up points where you can.
Yeah, we're just looking at the penalties in match scores.
The PAM
I'd like
column.
to point out that the top of the table have also got the highest penalties in match.
Yeah, penalties in minutes, and
basically,
I think that's
100 minutes, nearly 100 minutes over everyone else.
And I think there's last week we pointed out most of those minutes are with one player.
Yes. So you're saying if you remove him, then the statistics will look better.
Yes. So it's looking strong, but
it's interesting. Hull's goal strike rate, 135 goals.
Yeah, they have played the Dragons 2 and where are we? Oh crikey, it was the 10-4 win over the Senators was a biggie, but they put 20 past the Dragons, they put 16 past the Hawks, 10 past the Senators and 13 past the Dragons, 11 past the Dragons and 13 past the Hawks and 10 past the Tigers. They're their big scores.
That would have been in the early stages. They played D-side before they started playing and gelling together a bit better. I mean,
they battered them the weekend, 20 goals to 3 though.
This weekend?
Yes.
Right. I thought that was an early one.
That ruins that argument completely.
No. So they've had a bit of a dip of the Dragons too there.
Trying to stick up for fellow teammates. That's what it was.
But well, I mean, they got a 6-4 against the Wild, so you know anything can happen. And Coventry 2-1. So that's Hull.
Coventry beating this thing 4-0 was. I don't think he would have picked that as a result.
No, wouldn't have done.
I mean, the way this thing played against Widnes, it was a really tight game.
Yeah, just calling up the Dragons. I mean, it was an 11-6 against the Wild, but they've had a 7-2 loss to Bradford. But they had a 12-3 win against the Hawks.
Yep.
So sometimes I think with the Dragons at the moment, Dragons 2, it's just a case of how well the dice rolls now. they could start picking up a few points, I think, coming into the second half of the season after the Christmas break.
Possibly, yes.
So, I mean, as Dave Preety said last week, they do not want the wooden spoon, and again, neither do the Hawks. So it's going to be an interesting finish for that.
Yeah, it's the top between those two, isn't it?
I think it will be. And, it's got some interesting bits and bobs coming on. I think we shall move on with, if I find the right fader, this. Time for a little bit of You Make the Call. Looking at last week's questions. So, here you are, Barry. See if you can get the answers without having to see them. Question 1 from last week's You Make the Call, courtesy of EIHA.co.uk. During a face-off in the defensive zone, who should place their stick on the ice first, the defending or the attacking player?
I honestly thought it was the defensive player.
Yep, it is.
It is.
I think it's when you have a face-off in centre ice, it's the away team have to put their stick on the ice first when it's a face-off in the centre ice. But
I've always wondered about the etiquette of that, because you see
it's
drawing circles and
it's like a home advantage. It's so that I think that one's so the home team can see where the away team are going to be trying to play the puck from.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the defensive player. Question 2: an attacking player is assessed a misconduct in his attacking zone. Where is the resulting face-off? So,
I think it stays in. Has the puck been frozen?
It's hard to say. Doesn't say.
It doesn't say, does it? If the puck had been frozen, I'd say it stays in the attacking zone, because a misconduct is not.
Because I've seen 2 minutes for misconduct and 10 minutes for misconduct.
I've always thought there were a 10-minute misconduct. You know, the teapot stance.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's half of the stand and deliver stance, I call it. Well, it says apparently the face-off will take place in the nearest face-off spot to where the game action was stopped, as per Rule 53. So, there you go.
If it was in the attacking zone, it'd stay in the attacking zone.
So, can a linesman stop play if there is an injury?
Yeah, we did get this one right.
And yeah.
It's common sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know some rules aren't common sense, but this one happens to be.
Some of them are a bit unusual, we'll say the least.
And that one is health and safety, isn't it? If the referee's got his eye on the puck somewhere else and there's a player laying injured the other end of the ice, you've got to stop it sometime.
I think it comes down to also whether or not they think the player's faking, because sometimes you've seen players down on the ice and then they spring up.
I've seen them dive like football players and put their hands up in the air. Ref!
Yeah. Right. Anyway, this week's questions. Here we go. We don't know the answers to these, so anyone wants to send in any thoughts? 07716 672 on the texts. Here we go. Red team are making a player change and both players are on the ice. From red team. The white team are in possession of the puck and shoot the puck up the boards, and it strikes one of the two interchanging players and it deflects off to another white player. What should the officials do?
Call a penalty.
Well, the question, my thoughts would be, is it a too many men call? Or do they play advantage?
So the Reds are making the change.
There's 6 Reds on the ice, say they're right almost in front of the bench or something, and it hits one of those 2 players. What should the refs do?
And goes back to the white?
And goes back to a white player.
I think there'll be a twist to that because it's come back to them, as long as the player didn't make a play for the puck when he was leaving the ice or entering the ice and it deflected off him back to the white, possibly
played advantage.
Play on, yeah.
I like that. I like that one. Okay. Question 2. Red team are making a player change and both players are on the ice. The white team are in possession of the puck and shoot the puck up the boards, and it strikes one of the 2 interchanging players and deflects off to a red player. What should the officials do?
Too many men.
Yeah.
I think
I'd go with that, yeah.
Me too. Okay, so question 3. Red team are making a player change, and both players are on the ice. The white team are in possession of the puck and shoot the puck up the boards, and one of the two interchanging players plays the puck. What should the officials do?
Stop it. That'll be
Too many men call?
too many men. Definitely.
I think so as well. So, find out the answers throughout the week on eiha.co.uk. You can send in suggestions for them as well, apparently, can't you?
Yes, you can. Yes, there's. I think it's probably we'd like to take some credit for this because we have asked. There is now a thing where you can put your own questions to them to have a look at, and then come back with a question. Come back next week. So if you have a scenario that that's bugging you, or you want to know the answer, as Colin did, about can netminders take a penalty shot
In a shootout, only in a shootout.
Then put in your questions to Team Stripes on the EIHA website, and you might even get it aired on the
radio as well. I love this section because it really does make you think, and makes you more aware of what's going on the ice and how much
It's an eye opener when you hear the answers as well, and it's totally the opposite end of the scale from where you've been.
Because when you're a spectator, you think, oh, why did you do that? And then it's, oh no, it was right. And it's interesting that players who've been around for a while, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's good.
I actually took an officials course. I was a linesman for a year as well, and it's
eye-opening, isn't it?
Different.
How can you remember everything?
Who, me? I just skated up down, blowing a whistle.
How does a linesman remember everything? How does a referee remember everything when he's got to look at two linesmen and he's got to sort of make sure they're doing it right? And
one of the hardest things was your assists and your goal.
Yeah.
Who did 2 assists in the goal?
Half the time they ask players.
Yeah, who was that, mate?
Well, while we have a little breather after the rules, we'll have a little bit of music. How about a little bit of The Clash and Train in Vain? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Let's have a little bit of that. So we'll catch you on the flip side of The Clash. And now on Time to Go Wild Radio, it is time to sit back and relax and enjoy Mike Marr's Monday Mantra.
The weekend, we were off, we weren't playing, and we saw some interesting results elsewhere in the league. Telford beating Sheffield, and Coventry taking a 4-0 win over Sutton. The boys are all fired up to get going again this weekend, and we need a strong lead up to Christmas.
Join us again next week for more wise words on Mike Marr's Monday Mantra. Okay, a couple of newsy items that we've managed to pick up around the week. Whitley Warriors have actually signed Sam Zajac. I always have trouble getting his name out.
What name was that?
Sam Zajac.
Zajac.
Yes, to bolster their roster. Now I've got to get this one right. Finnish forward Patrick Moisio, Moisio. I think that's about right. Moisio? Sound about right?
Or Mushu.
Right. Has joined Coventry Blazers on a 4-week trial. British forward Ashley Tate has departed from the Milton Keynes Lightning after being with them as an injury cover. Forward Andre DeVoe has been released by the Sheffield Steelers. Carl Thompson, younger brother of Sean Thompson, has signed with the Bracknell Bees as injury cover. And netminder Adam Long has parted company with the Peterborough Phantoms. So, never know. Adam Long's been around quite a while from the junior ranks, if memory serves. Additionally to that, the English national team programme, the under-14s camp, girls are having a training camp in Sheffield. From the statement on there, we are boom. We have already made arrangements for a full-day camp on Thursday the 21st of December in Ice Sheffield for the under-14 girls team, and they've decided to make this event an open event for any and all girls currently eligible to play in the English national team programme, the under-14 girls team for 2017-18, and the event will be a This Girl Can event open to any and all girls born in 2004, 5 and 6. Further details on eiha.co.uk. So, still plenty going on around in the world of hockey, even the Wild don't have a game. So, looking forward to this coming weekend then, gents?
Yes.
Yeah, I missed it. Weekend off.
Yes,
Ended up doing housework.
I take it Pucker's been chilling out on his iceberg.
Yeah, he's well mellow. Should be full of energy for the weekend.
Oh, that's what we want to
Catch all those
see.
bears, isn't he?
Catch the which?
He's going to catch all the bears.
I thought you said the birds.
The bears. The bears.
I've got a photograph of Pucker when he found himself a little friend, if you remember. Oh, I'll have to fish. I'll try and find it. Yeah, there was a game we were at. Oh, it was last season, I think it was, and I found somewhere on my photographs of Pucker, and I said, "Oh, has he found himself a friend?" And there's a photograph. I'll have to pop it onto the Time to Go Wild Radio Facebook page, and I find it. And he looked so sweet and looked like such a lovely little couple, the two of them. I've got a dancing Pucker there. So now when I find it,
Harry the pigeon.
No, it wasn't. It was. Oh, now when it comes to Harry the Hawk, that's a showdown that Harry's definitely not going to win.
Nah, he walked off.
You out-danced him, you out-partied him, you outdid everything on him.
Never done nothing.
If you want to know what happened when Pucker met Harry, check out YouTube. Yeah. The highlights are on there. And as a reminder, the highlights will be going live a little bit later on. That's all the goal action from the Widnes Wild women against the MK Falcons last night. Again, it's a shame it wasn't a win, but it was a cracking game, some lovely goals in it. So the action from that will be going live on YouTube a little later on. So no, I can't find the photo. I'll try and bang it onto the Facebook page a little later on when I get home. So it's a shame in a way that our season our season for this side of Christmas is sort of closing up on the 10th of December.
Yeah, we could have done with another home game nearer the time, but Bradford's always a reasonable place to go to.
It's not too far, it's about an hour.
Yes.
And it's the 23rd, so I mean, if people are thinking, what shall we do? We've done all the Christmas shopping.
And we're fed up with Christmas shopping.
And you're fed up with Christmas shopping, and you want to change the scene. Get yourselves get yourself across the M62 to West Yorkshire into Bradford. And if you've not experienced Bradford Rink,
it's lovely.
It is.
Beautiful.
It's like stepping back in time.
It's quaint.
Unless you're a goalkeeper coming out the away changing rooms.
Yes.
If you're a player or anyone coming out the away changing rooms.
No, the netminders are worst.
Yeah.
You can't see where the steps are. You can't see where the stairs are, and you've got to come downstairs.
And
you meet spectators walking up.
And I was going to say, you don't generally have your skate guards on either.
Nah.
So you've got to be careful you don't lose an edge.
Yeah. As a player, more that I'd say.
So, I mean, I've been to Bradford now. I've done Bradford twice now, and yeah, my first experience, it was this is enlightening. But yeah, I actually quite like Bradford Rink. It's compact and bijou, you could say.
Are you becoming an estate agent for ice rinks?
I think someone needs to be an estate agent so it can get the right investment on the building.
Well, it's
get looked after.
It's the interesting thing with the building. I think they're the only tenants at the moment.
Well, upstairs they are anyway.
Since Mecca left. Since the bingo moved up.
Yeah.
But it never ceases to amaze me how many people, when we finish a game at Bradford, are waiting to go on the ice for their skating sessions.
Yeah,
oh, it's
all the way down the stairs.
Yeah, it's just it's amazing.
It's fantastic. I think it's great.
It's a great advert for ice rinks.
Oh yeah,
you can get that many people interested in going on it's normally Saturday night we play, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Saturday night out and they all go skating.
I mean, I think Hull's still a popular one. I remember being in Hull on a Saturday night, and their rink was always busy on a Saturday night, and their resident DJ on a Saturday, he used to play freestyler, and you get the kids all round stood in a ring around the centre circle, on the centre spot, and they'd be doing sort of ice break dancing in the middle of the ice. And you think, I sort of thought, some people from my friends were having a good laugh and say, "Oh yeah, look at them, oh this and that." I thought, hang on a minute. If they were your kids, wouldn't you sooner they were in here on a Saturday night, having fun and keeping fit and being energetic on there, instead of being out and about making mayhem and trouble on the streets? Yeah. So, with that in mind, you always, good point.
So you're going to sort of suggest to Matt that he turns Widnes into a freestyle rink?
Well, if they're from the Saturday night disco session,
I have seen the disco session go bananas in there. I mean, Liam, he must have been 8, maybe 9 at the time, and there's actually a video on YouTube, I think it is, of him doing Gangnam Style.
Oh, Gangnam
Style.
Gangnam Style on ice.
Yeah.
The one I'm wanting to see.
Everyone's turning around watching him as he's skating past, and he's
giving it loads.
You can't see what I'm doing here, but yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's videos actually. If people look online, look up freestyler Hull, and there's them doing their freestyler ice dance, on the ice, and I think it's fantastic. And if you can't play and you can skate, get yourselves down, keep fit. That's what the rink is there for. Make the most of it.
You won't end up sweating, put it that way.
Nice and
cool while you're throwing your moves.
But it's one of those things. Some people skate, some people play hockey, some people film, some people just come along and have fun, and that's the whole point of it. I mean, that's what we like about the sport. It's one of those things. The sport of hockey is one of those, if you've not been down, the Bradford game will be a good one, because it will be an extra special game with it being right on top of Christmas.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll just buoy everyone up and keep us all moving through to the festive time.
Is the Burr going after the first goal?
I'm not sure.
Or is he going to go in between?
Probably period break.
Probably in the period break. I'm suspecting we'll do it in the period break, because it takes the time to clear the ice.
Yeah, but
it is nice. I mean,
it's better. As soon as the first goal goes
in. Who are we playing?
Bradford.
Well, it depends how amenable their coach is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's something that'll be arranged on the night.
Already. Going back to things on ice rinks, we've forgotten to mention the Around the World in 80 Days. It's on Tuesday the 19th.
Yeah, don't forget.
There's a matinee at 1 o'clock, and there's an evening performance at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
So tickets from £8 for adults, £5 for children. I think that'll be quite a nice thing to go along to, actually.
I was at one of the Christmas shows a couple of years ago, and it was an amazing event. They really, really worked hard putting that event on, and everyone involved really gives it their all. So, it's one of those things you might think, it's going to be cold. Well, yeah, you wrap up warm, but soon you forget about the cold and you're just enjoying yourselves.
And if you really are fed up with Christmas and you want to get out and do things, there's a free skating session on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Check out the Silver Blade website.
10 a.m. till midnight.
Midday?
Midnight.
Midnight? Oh.
It says 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
So that'll be midday.
So it's only 2 hours then?
Yeah. Okay. That'll be midday. That'll be noon. 10 till noon. I don't think they'd be wanting everyone in the rink until midnight on Christmas Day.
Well, there we go.
No, I could see Vern sort of going, "Oh no, it's not midnight, it's midnight, please, it's midnight." So sorry, Vern, we didn't want to give you any kind of palpitations on that one though. But check out.
The day before, there's a public skate from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m.
So check out the Silver Blades or Planet Ice websites and click on the Widnes Rink and get all the details from there. I'm actually really looking forward to this weekend, because Bradford are an interesting team to play these days, particularly if a certain mutual friend of ours is going to be in goal for them again.
Oh yeah, I'm friends with Budgie.
Yeah.
Phil Pearson.
Yeah.
We've got
Salty.
We've got Scott Meakin.
Oh, crumbs. So yeah, there's a
Mark Higson. He's an ex-Wild.
Yes, Mark Higson. Yeah,
an ex-Wild member.
So there's ex-Wild Wildcats players making up a fair portion of that team now. So it's always a fun one when a few of
they're a grinding team. The thing about Bradford is you can never take them on face value, because they will come out and they will dig. They can be 3-4 goals behind and they will still dig to that final buzzer as if that next goal's going to win them the game, and that's what people underestimate about Bradford, especially in their own ban.
Yeah.
You go to their ban.
It's a tight
I
ring.
remember when I think it was probably Ollie's first game as coach, and I think it was a bit of baptism by fire because he thought, Bradford. You look on the league and where they finished up, and he was surprised because they kept coming back.
Yeah. Well, the thing with them was. It was probably a double baptism of fire because his first game as coach, first game with the Widnes atmosphere as the home side. So you've got that to cope with, the whole boom that you get for the whole Wild game, and everything's like, what have I got myself into?
You can throw everything you've got at Bradford and they'll absorb it and come back at you.
There's a few teams. I mean, one team that I'll say that came on time and time again is Coventry. They're a team that skate well and they don't let up. So, mind you, the Dragons too, we got caught on the hop by them.
But I mean, the same thing could be said for Hull, because Hull didn't take one penalty against us.
No.
And that shows this real discipline. They're not reacting to anything that's been going on.
I'm like that, as you say. I'm like, did he just not get called for some? Or
No, it's one of those things. It goes swings and roundabouts, and we have it sometimes, and we didn't have it on that night. And one of our spectators did tweet last week that he would have said something about the refereeing even if we had one.
The thing is, though, that it's one of those things. Sometimes the game goes your way, sometimes it'll go the opposition's way, and it was Hull's night. It was their night to be on the right side of the win. And the way they were passing and moving, they've flown up the table. They were like 6th or 7th not too long ago, and they've shot up.
Start playing games until other teams have played 3 or 4. So I think that actually gives them an advantage, because you can see what other teams are doing.
Can do. We haven't got long left. We're in the last 5 minutes. We'll have a little bit of should we have Apollo 440 to play out?
Oh, what?
Stop the rock Apollo 440 in a little bit,
if you say so.
But
I think it's past my day.
Is this one of your preposterous?
No, it's not. No, it's one that actually gets played on. It's been played on Wild Nights actually, when as part of the build-up. But we're playing that as our little play out in a little bit. So don't forget, this weekend, get yourselves down to the Widnes ice rink. Widnes World take on the Bradford Bulldogs. 5:30 face-off, includes the Air the Bear, but don't forget we've got all our usual 50-50 and Chuck-a-Duck. Chuck-a-Duck's doing pretty well. It's your chance to take target practice at Pucker.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's funny how there's one person seems to win that quite a lot. He must have the right spin on the duck.
Yeah.
One landed on me
on your foot.
Pucker's foot and dropped off into the middle. It actually nearly sat.
On his skate?
On the skate.
Oh.
It was. I was looking down thinking, I can't stay there.
The rules on that should be that wins.
Yeah.
Because he's actually touched him.
I'm waiting for somebody to accidentally, on purpose, skit him on the beak.
Well,
get one stuck in his beak.
One come past me when it first started. At speed. Someone had gone to the toilet and filled it up with water. When I picked it up, I was like, what's with that? And there's water dripping out of it. But that.
Oh, well, that's not allowed. That's cheating. Well, on that note, that's it for another week from Time to Go Wild Radio. I'll be back on Thursday from 9 o'clock with an interesting mix of music, because it's a special show for me with Cole's Box of Delights. It's my birthday show. So it's not the usual rock to country and pop to the preposterous. The preposterous might be dropped a little bit, and more rock, country, pop, and prog.
So how many versions of Happy Birthday can you have then?
Better than that. Far better than that. And we'll be back next Monday here on HCR from 7 with more of your roundup of your weekly hockey fix across the Elite League and an NHL Division 1 North 1 and 2, and any of the women's stuff relevant to stuff out of Widnes.
They should be next week, shouldn't they?
Yes, we will, because of course the women are playing as well.
Yes.
So, thanks once again for coming in, Barry.
Yeah, not a problem.
And
cheers, mate.
We'll be back next week.
Good night.
So we'll play out a little bit of Apollo 440. Till next week. Ta-ra.